Shalom, Israel. It's Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Now, there's a lot of talk going around that the damn Africans are Israelites. I don't know where that's coming from. They've never been Israelites, never will be Israelites. Let's get the records. The Igbo people are an ethnic group in Nigeria. They are primarily found in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Ngugu, and Imo states. A sizable Igbo population also found in the Delta. Large ethnic Igbo populations are found in Cameroon, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, as well as outside of Africa. Now, every time they come to you, tell you the damn Africans is Israelites or the Igbo. Igbo ain't nothing but some Nigerians, man. Just some damn Nigerians. Them is regular ass Africans. Don't try to think that they some special group of the Jewish sect or Israel or nothing like that. Once again, now, the Ashanti are the dominant ethnic group in a powerful 19th century empire, and today one of Ghana's leading ethnic groups, with more than 2 million concentrated in southern Ghana. The Ashanti, I'm the Ashanti. I'm from the Ashanti tribe. You try to say that like you from some ancient ass tribe. That ain't nothing but the same Africans in Ghana. That ain't nothing special. Just regular Africans in Ghana eating fufu and noodle. You understand? Now, one more group that they try to claim is so special and got special powers. The Yoruba people are a West African ethnic group that mainly inhabits parts of Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. The Yoruba, the areas of these countries primarily inhabited around Togo, Benin, and Nigeria. The Yoruba people are the main ones that sold us into slavery. That's why they're in Benin and Togo. Benin and Togo is where the Kingdom of Judah was when you look up the 1747 map of Africa. The 1747 map of Africa has the Kingdom of Judah in modern day Benin and Togo, and them the same Yoruba people who were selling us selling the Israelites into slavery. So don't try to say the Igbo, the Ashanti, the Yoruba, them ain't nothing but Nigerians and damn Hamites, man. And Guyanese. Ain't nothing special. Stop claiming that shit. Get with the truth, man. The 12 tribes are scattered throughout North Central South America primarily. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. They're not no damn Igbo, not no Ashanti, and not no Yoruba, who are the ones who sold us into slavery.
Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akian. And as you saw in the video, we'll be addressing or responding to, the IUIC, talking about how the major tribes here in West Africa, the Ashanti, the Igbo, and the Yoruba, right, the major, Israelite tribes here in West Africa are Hamites and not Israelites, okay? And yet they have come again with this bug out doctrine, telling our people, the Israelites, and teaching that all the Israelite tribes in West Africa, and by extension, really, it's all over Africa as well. Because, if you ask them about any other tribe here in Africa, they'll tell you the same thing, that they are all Hamites, and saying that they are not Israelites, okay, but rather they are all Hamites, regardless of what the Spirit shows, regardless of regardless of how whether they receive this truth, whether the Spirit is dealing with them. Because it's one thing to say, okay, that majority of those people are Hamites, but there are Israelites scattered among them. But then it's another thing to say they are all Hamites, regardless of what spirit they come in. So if it's discovered that somebody in this truth is their bloodline, their lineage, goes back to Africa, goes back to any of these tribes in Africa, any tribe in Africa really, it's not just the Igbos or the Yorubas or the Ashanti. Those are just the tribes that, that the IUIC know about, okay? There are still so many other Israelite tribes here in Africa, the Zulu, the Lemba, right? The I forget the exact one. I believe it's the Tuti, or I forget the exact tribe in Uganda, right? And different other tribes as well, okay? You're not even going to the Bantus, right? Which, I guess the Igbo and the Ashanti are Bantus, but anyway, you get the point. And the IUIC will tell you that all those tribes are Hamites, okay, without question, So not even if they have the spirit on them, even if they are the highways and byways prophesying, they are still Hamites, okay? They cannot be Israelites scattered among them. And that's basically what the IOIC is saying, because you have camps here in here in Nigeria, you have the camp in Tanzania, you have brothers, all of different parts of the world that go back, the line goes back to Africa, okay? The brother in Australia, I believe, is I forgot the exact country, Uganda, or I think it's either Uganda or the brother in Italy, right? Yarayala, the brother in Australia is Yarayala in Italy. Is Yoruba. Me personally, GMS here in Nigeria, I'm Igbo, okay? So two of the tribes that and even the brother that posted the video, Yashalam, is also Yoruba as well. So two of the tribes that he mentioned. And you also have brothers that go back to the Ashanti, like, for example, Bakwara Math, the other apostle Gaba did a video about that. And they're all in this truth, doing the work. Men that have been in this truth and been bringing out the 100% truth that have shown more works than, any of the men in the ISUPK, really, okay? But because their line goes back to Africa, suddenly they are no longer Israelites, they are just Hamites, okay? And this is just really a lack of understanding of the scriptures and a lack of faith from the IUIC, because they don't understand the doctrine or the breakdowns, okay? Because according to the scriptures, and this is what we're really going into in this video, if you see that there are no Israelites in Africa, okay, then what about the scattered? Okay, was there not a scattering among all the nations? Should there not be our people scattered among the different nations and the heathen? Because like I said, the thing that really got me is not even that they're saying, well, all these people are Hamites, you know, but they're saying that all these people are Hamites and there are no Israelites among them, not even a few, okay? Because if at least if they said that, then that is at least salvageable, okay? You can at least say that, well, they might not be, they don't really believe that the whole nation, okay, or the whole people are actually Israelites, which of course they are. But at the very least, you can say that, well, at least they understand that our people are scattered among them, but they don't even say that either, because if you are from Africa, right? If your line goes back to Africa, the ISUPK isn't going to let you in their camp, you have to be a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian from the Americas, right? And this, by extension, also would include, the scattered, the others, others, the other members of our people, the other Israelites that are scattered into other nations as well. What about Israelites that are scattered in Arab nations? What about Israelites that are scattered in Asia and scattered in some parts of Europe? If they see, a Jake whose line goes back to, some unknown European country, one of these Slavic nations, right? But he has the spirit on him, he's willing to learn, so on and so forth, Will they reject him as well and just call him a heathen and just say he's an Edomite? Then they see an Israelite that, he has that Moabitish look, right? He basically looks like an, Southeast, not Southeast, like a Far East Asian, right? Or maybe one of the Israelites from the Philippines, because you know that there are a lot of Israelites there, okay? And if they come to the ISUPK looking for understanding, will they dismiss them as heathen as well? It's not just, the jakes that are scattered in Africa, it's also jakes that are scattered in all the other parts of the world, because if you are dismissing the Israelites here in Africa, that is an obvious place, okay, shown throughout history and even in scriptures that our people, ran to, because anytime anything hot happened in the Holy Land, right, Jake is running straight to Africa every single time, straight to Africa, right? Even Alodi Hawashai commanded that, when the siege of Jerusalem happens or before it happens, flee into Egypt, which is in Africa, even though Esau was talking shit, okay? And our people from there, from Egypt, fled into the west coast of Africa, and all this is documented in history. Even in the history of my people, they will tell you straight up that, look, we're not from here. We migrated from here, from the east to here, okay, being refugees from what happened during 70 AD. Of course, they have their own law about it, but for the most part, following the actual history and the actual prophecy, You understand that actually happened during 70 AD. Okay. So this is the book of Isaiah 11, verse 12, and it reads, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." So basically, what ISUPK believes, at least to my understanding, let me not put words in their mouth because they are not making themselves clear enough, okay, is that they believe that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians that were carried in slave ships to Babylon the Great, right, to the different parts of the Americas are the only Israelites that are on the earth, okay? And Israelites that have been scattered in all any other part of the world that once scattered by way of the transatlantic slave trade, right? They are not, part of, they're not Israelites, but are actually Hamites, which of course is going off according to the scriptures because the scriptures clearly tells you that our people will be scattered in all throughout the four corners of the earth. Our people will be scattered all over the earth, okay? It's just so that the Most High showing His power and His, magnitude and His magnitude, the magnitude of His power. Basically, I wanted to say magnanimousness or magnanimity. English is a confusing language, but anyway, the magnitude of His power would gather our people from all the places all over the earth where we were scattered into. Okay, and this is a major prophecy on the earth. That's one of the signs that we will be in the kingdom is when all our people are gathered from all the four corners of the earth and we are gathered and returned back to the nation of Israel, okay, or the land of Israel. Right? The other prophecy is going into the exact same thing as well. The scattered of our people that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But before I go into it anymore, let me just get this one first. In the book of Jeremiah 14, thus saith Yah, this is the book of Jeremiah 12, verse 14. Thus saith Yahweh against all mine evil neighbors that touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land, and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. And it shall come to pass that after I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them, and will bring them again, every man to his heritage, and every man to his land. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, Yahweh liveth, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then shall they be built in the midst of my people. And of course, I shall have taught in the 15th verse. Basically, this is going into restoring our people once again from all the lands that they have been scattered into, okay? Because there is no definite way of knowing who is an Israelite and who is not, who is a heathen and who is not. But there is one way in order to know. We can always say that, one whole group of people are completely heathen, but there will still be jakes among them because there is no place on the earth, or there should be no place on the earth according to prophecy, where our people were not scattered into, where the Israelites were not thrown into. Okay, so let me get these precepts. As the scriptures say, try the spirits. Okay, that is how you know who is jake and who isn't. So this is the book of 1 John 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the spirit of the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahweh Hamashiach is come in the flesh is of the Most High. And the point being that, the IUIC talk about how, Jake in West Africa, the Igbos, the Yoruba, the Ashanti are all Hamites, right? But, um, okay, but what scriptures, what can they use and substantiate that? What can they use and what can they bring out as evidence for that? They don't go into any scriptures, they don't go into any history, they don't go into anything. They just make a statement and want everybody to believe in that is the truth. But they won't talk about, the Jakes that in Babylon the Great are actually heathen, right? That have heathen, that may look like Israelites, okay? They have the phenotype and everything. They may look like a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American Indian, but their line actually goes back to, any of the hidden nations because their father goes back to that nation. Okay, even that in and of itself, just because you're a so-called Negro or Latino or Native American Indian in Babylon the Great, right, in the Americas, does not automatically make you an Israelite. Okay, the spirit, let's get that. The spirit is what bears that witness. So this is the book of Romans 8, this is the book of Romans 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. So it's something that, it comes out, so it's something that, you have to have the Spirit of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh working with you in order for you to even, in order for people to even see that you are an Israelite because because our people cannot be hid. That's why the scriptures say a city that is built on a hill cannot be hid because we are the salt of the earth, we are the light of the world. Okay, yeah, if somebody is a Jake, you're going to know they are a Jake. Okay, whether they look like it or not, their spirits will reveal them eventually. Okay, their spirits will always reveal them that they are part of our people. It's not a nationality thing in terms of country. Okay, it's not a matter of what country or what place you are born in, but what spirit you come with. Okay, but the IUIC, I was talking about the IUIC, but the ISUPK, okay, is a very carnal group. I didn't really want to go into it. This was a personal attack. Okay, by calling, they even went as far as to reference my tribe, my people as well, which of course, that's Judah right there. Okay, I'm seeing that, I'm not an Israelite. Okay, I'm a Hamite, even though, the spirit itself bears witness. Okay, that's what I'm going to say about that. But the like, but it's like I forgot what I was even going to say. Okay, we are Israelites as well. Whether you go into the heritage, I know whether you go into our heritage and the culture and all the, let me just go into it because even the Israelites here in Nigeria, we know that we are Israelites, okay? And let me just type it in. Let me just type it in. I'll just type it in. The Igbo Jews, okay? We know that we are Israelites, and so many of our people are already practicing, their heritage, okay? This is an article from CNN 2013, okay? That was long before I came into this truth. And our people already know who we are. We know our nationality. We know that we are Israelites, okay? But, that's why the scriptures say that Israel has a zeal for the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but not according to knowledge. So they know that they are Israelites, but they are following in the way of the small hearts instead of their true heritage, okay, which will be this truth. So now the Igbo Jews, okay. So the story highlights among the Igbo people of Nigeria exists a small group of practicing Jews. Jewish Igbos believe they are descendants of the lost tribes of Israel who settled in Nigeria. Some draw many parallels between Jewish and Igbo customs. Others claim Igbo civilization is older than that of the Israelites, which is of course false because if you want to go into it, even the word Igbo, it goes back to the Hebrew word Ibar, right? Hebrew, okay? And if you really want to go into it, okay, Asia, and this is just going into the article, but you get the point, or the point is already made that you still have a lot of our people, okay, that follow that follow the customs, okay, that know that they are the Israelites according to the Bible, and that know that they are part of the lost tribes. The same thing with the Yoruba, the Ashanti, and so many other tribes scattered throughout Africa. They still have that understanding, that knowledge, but the IUIC that is supposed to be, one of the major One West camps teaching our people don't even have this understanding. Let me get this as well. Okay, this is this. This is what I was looking for. I've already read, I've already read that. Wait, I've already read that. I've already read this precept. Okay, wait, no. Okay, I've read this one yet. I've read this one yet. Okay, Isaiah 11 verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And the Gentiles that he's talking about here is once again the Israelite foreigners, okay, are people that are in that Gentile state of mind. And the root of, okay, seeking our Lord Yahushai. But what the ISUPK is doing is that they are basically sowing discord among brothers that are, among those that are Israelites as well, okay? And I've forgotten the exact precept. Basically, it talks about, it goes into, it goes into turning away, okay, turning away the little ones, okay? How does that go again? How does that go again? I think it's something along the lines of children that wanted to see our Lord Yahushua, but I can't remember the exact precept. Let me look for it in the KJV. Oh yeah, suffer these little ones to come to me. Something like that. That's not it. So this is the book of Matthew 18 verse 2. Matthew 18 verse 2. And Yahushua called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Okay, let me see that I can find it. Let me say that there's another precept because I don't think this was it. Okay, that's it. That's basically it. And what the ISUPK is doing right now is that they are rejecting part of the brotherhood. Okay. Anyway, this is the book of Isaiah, continuing on Isaiah 11 verse 11. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations that shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Okay, so the Most High will gather people that are scattered all over the earth and in all nations, which includes Africa as well. So that means that there has to be Israelites. There has to not just be Israelites, but the elect of the nation of Israel, which is a small number within our people. Okay, in order for this prophecy to be fulfilled, because this prophecy will be fulfilled. Okay, so there are therefore our people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and you have tribes and nations. You have tribes and whole nations all over the earth that are majority Israelites. Okay, because they are our people as well, and the Igbo, the Yoruba, the Ashanti, they are Israelites because they go into the history. Okay, this is of course well documented. Well documented. That's from Babylon to Timbuktu, right? I believe there's also another one, but I forget the exact name of it. I think Yeah, I've forgotten the exact name of it, that goes into this history as well about how our people, about how our people were basically, refugees here in West Africa because during the Roman captivity and because of the havoc that these devils were wreaking all over all over the Middle East during that time, going back to 70 AD, okay, and even in the history of these different tribes, Igbo, Yoruba, and Ashanti, they have their history of knowing where they came from, knowing their nationality, and knowing that they are Israelites as well. Okay. So with that, I end the video right here. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Ba'asham, Racha, Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit. I hope you, Akim, and your Akwata edified. Shalom.